I've spoken often on the floor about the challenges and opportunities for the future that the people of Eastern Kentucky and rural parts of the Commonwealth face. Many of these challenges stem from this administration's regulatory overreach, whether it's the war on coal, Obamacare, or Dodd-Frank. Too many people are out of work, which has placed a drastic burden on the coal mining industry and harshly cut the number of jobs available in the coal mining industry and related industries. In spite of the challenges the people of Eastern Kentucky face, I have great confidence that we can overcome them and succeed. I was pleased to be able to assist the Kentucky Highlands Investment Corporation in receiving a Promise Zone designation, which was awarded just last week. That's why I wrote the administration in support of this designation last year. This economic initiative is just one way to help jumpstart the region's journey out of economic distress. But we need more than that. My friend and colleague in the other chamber, Representative Hal Rogers, is leading an effort to identify ways to lift Appalachia out of the cycle of poverty and unemployment through the SOAR initiative, and I applaud his efforts. To offer yet another possibility for Eastern Kentucky, my friend and colleague Senator Rand Paul and I introduced the Economic Freedom Zones Act to further enable Eastern Kentucky to lift the burdens of some of the poorest families in the country. Our legislation would roll back government regulations and tax barriers to spur job creation and reform failed educational systems to aid disadvantaged children. So continuing my efforts to find ways to assist these rural counties and to give these communities a voice, I'm pleased to introduce today, along with Senator Paul, the Helping Expand Lending Practices in Rural Communities Act, or simply the Help Rural Communities Act. My friend and colleague over in the House, Representative Andy Barr, introduced this legislation in that body, and I applaud his efforts to see it pass. The Help Rural Communities Act would give rural counties in Kentucky a voice when the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, or CFPB, has incorrectly labeled them as, quote, non-rural, end quote. Just another example of this administration's one-size-fits-all, we-know-best approach to governing. Several counties in Kentucky, such as Bath County, have been labeled as non-rural and are therefore barred from certain rural lending practices that are helpful to farmers and to small businesses. If you've ever been to these counties, as I have, you would most certainly disagree with the CFPB's ruling. But current law provides literally no opportunity to challenge the CFPB's decision. My bill would allow counties that have been improperly designated as non-rural to petition the CFPB with additional local information to reconsider their status in order to ensure that rural communities, such as those in Eastern Kentucky, have the access to credit that they need to grow their economy. This is an important step in an effort to renew hope for the future in rural Kentucky, especially Eastern Kentucky. Given the bipartisan interest shown in recent weeks to get government out of the way and let people of the region work, Congress and the President can come together to pass this legislation on behalf of Eastern Kentuckians and rural communities. So I look forward to working with my colleagues, Representative Barr and Senator Paul, to see that we get this passed.